It's a fact that you will have less competition as a buyer in Utah during the months of December and January and February. All right, how's it going, you guys? My name is Christopher McGee. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate, affiliated with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 6th of January, 2025. Happy New Year. As is the tradition at my house, every year, sometime between Christmas and the New Year, we just get the plague, is what it feels like. And I thought we'd escaped it, and then just a few days back, I started feeling pretty crummy, but I knew no matter what, I was gonna get the numbers for Utah's housing market in order and still make this video for you. I may not be wearing typical business attire as usual for this video, but the information is still just as good as ever. This is the numbers and the nuance. This is the video series you watch every week in order to know exactly where Utah's housing market stands and how it's trending. So without further ado, go Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani is the GOAT. Let's look at some numbers. So things are really as we would expect them to be at this time of year. Both housing supply and housing demand are trending down. There's simply less housing activity in cold weather months. That generally means it's a great time for buyers, from a seasonal cycle point of view at least, to buy a home, because the homes that are on the market generally have been on the market for longer at this time, which means sellers are a little more eager to negotiate in favor of the buyer. And you as a buyer will have less competition on the market right now. There's just fewer buyers poking around this time of year. It's a fact that you will have less competition as a buyer in Utah during the months of December and January and February. It's a pretty basic sum up of what it looks like right now. Let's look at the exact numbers and where things are trending. So in the Utah housing market, as of January 6, 2025, our inventory now sits at 9,092, continues to trend down. Last week's average days on market came to 60, which is down just a bit from the couple of weeks before that, but you can see it's clearly trending up. The average list price on homes on the market last week was $688,731. So it dipped down below the 700K mark again, which I'm happy to see. You can see this is still trending very moderately up. Now last week's average sold price came to $679,077, making the difference between average list price and average sold price come to $9,654 in the buyer's favor. And the size of the difference between average list and average sold looks like it's trending up thanks to some winter specific anomalies, but generally it has been in favor of the buyer. That is really the experience of everybody on the market right now. If you bought a home, really anytime in the last couple of years, you probably bought it for 10 to 15K ish less than original asking price. Last week, the number of homes sold came to 366, which popped up just a bit from the prior week, but this is trending down. Number of homes currently under contract comes to 3,718. This is trending down. The number of price reductions on homes actively on the market last week came to 590, which is a relatively big jump up this week from last, but it's still trending down, as you can see. And last week, the number of listings that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn from the MLS came to 904. There's that first of the year and first of the month jump up. This is trending up overall, and I guarantee you we'll see that number jump far down for the next 3 or 4 weeks. And last but not least, our interest rates for a 30-year fixed rate conventional loan stands at about 7.10%. And because this chart, as all the charts in this video, are showing data points from the beginning of the fourth quarter of last year so that we have enough data points to show a trend, this chart on interest rates looks like it's trended up because it has over the last quarter. But if we go bigger picture and look at all of last year, we'll see that about 7% is right where interest rates have been this whole time. And just so you know, 7% interest rates is about what I expect for the foreseeable future. And that is it for this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you have any questions, you can hit me in the comments. I'm going to be happy to respond. If you or anybody you know is looking to move this year, if you need to sell or buy a home and you'd like somebody to represent you who's going to be on your team, negotiate in your best interest, make sure you're never surprised, you always know what's coming next, and knows this market like the back of their hand, you won't do better than reaching out to me. And of course, if you want to stay up to date on what Utah's housing market looks like from week to week, there's not going to be a better way than to hit that subscribe and stay up on it with me. I'm gonna go home now and drink a lot of water and see if I can get any more sleep than I got last night. But I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, bye-bye.